What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another wonderful episode of In the Know with Joe. I'm your host, Jay Viz, aka Joe. I got a very special guest with me, a personal friend from Jersey, my hometown Amboy. Introduce yourself, bro.
What's going on, Joe? It's your boy Bobby Krills, Perth Amboy, New Jersey representative. I'm here with my man Joe in the know, and we building and we talking. We're gonna talk all things hip hop, whatever it is you want to talk about. We're gonna dive into it, man.
And what do you do?
I rap, I game, I'm a father, entrepreneur mindset. I have a bunch of things going on. So you tell me what you want to know, and I got you, man. I got you.
It's crazy that, you know what I'm saying, that we're on a podcast of minds talking about you and your career when we grew up together and we know where we come from and how hard it was to get to where we're at right now. So explain to the people, you know, what inspired you to become a rapper? You know what I'm saying? Did you always want to do this? I mean, like I said, you know, earlier, you know, Slim Shady was a name that you were known for, and I didn't know that was something that was before you even thought about rapping. So that's very interesting to understand. Can you
The Slim Shady thing came because obviously Eminem, that was right, 98, 99, around them times. We were in 8th grade or whatever, and it's funny because my mother was like, yo, let's dye your hair, but her intention was to make me look like Justin Timberlake. That shit completely backfired, and it ended up, the way my hair grew wasn't curly or nothing, it was just straight. And then Eminem came out with Slim Shadys, and well, the real Slim Shady, please stay. But anyways, my hair was blonde. I look white, you know what I mean? Everybody in the hood called me Slim Shady, and it had nothing to do with me rapping because I didn't rap at that time. I was playing basketball, I was playing football, you know, running around chasing whatever the hell we was chasing at the time. You know what it was. So that it stuck with me for a while.
Just let them know you are Puerto Rican.
I am Puerto Rican, 100% Puerto Rican. Roberto Rios.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bobby just named
out there, but you know that's how I know you as. You know what I'm saying, Bobby. You know what I'm saying, and a lot of people know you, Bobby Krills. So here's my question to you is, when did you fall in love with hip hop?
I fell in love with hip hop, in all reality, probably around '96, when I first heard the Reasonable Doubt album.
Oh, I just listened to that yesterday while I was cooking, bro.
That album changed my life, and then to solidify hip hop for me, the Fugees came out. When the Fugees came out with the score, I popped that tape like 7 times. So right there, it was a love for hip hop.
Did you just jump on the pad? Is it something that came naturally, or
hell no? The pad didn't come till 9 years later. You know, I wasn't writing as a kid. I was just listening to music, playing basketball, and running around. You know what I mean? Yeah. But what happened with rap, the reason why I started rapping is, I don't know if you remember when I used to live in Woodbridge at one point.
Yeah.
I used to hang out with Heck.
We had sleepovers, me, you, and Heck. Come on, son.
Yeah. So Heck had this boy named Trev. It was his man.
Trev.
Trev. Tall cat. Cool as hell.
Yeah.
We were talking shit. We were talking shit at the basketball court one day. I was busting their ass. And he was like, yeah, whatever, I can do what you do better. And I was like, he rapped. So I'm like, nah, I can do whatever you do better. And I wrote a diss record to him. That was the first time I ever wrote in my life. I went on LimeWire or Kazaa, one of them software things. I downloaded Noriega's Grimy instrumental. And I wrote a diss record to him. And then when I wrote it, I spit it for them. And everybody's like, oh, you did it and shit. But I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was fun to me. It did feel like it came natural.
Okay.
I wasn't good, you know, but it felt like it was something that I enjoyed doing. So I started downloading mad instrumentals and just writing. And every time I wrote, I got better. And then next thing you know, I'm starting to formulate songs, and that's how it happened. You know what I mean? But I was probably around 16 years old when I started.
When did you so let's say so now you rapping, now you writing. How did the Four Horsemen situation come to fruition?
When I first, like around that time when I first started rapping, I ended up linking up with 2 cats from school. This cat named Jihad and Sticky. I don't know if you remember Sticky.
Yeah.
I linked up with them. We went to Sticky's house, and he had like a little.
Sticky's old girl's boyfriend, Skinny dude, Clarissa's.
Yes, Larissa. Yes.
Larissa, there you go, Larissa. I got you.
So we went to his house. He had a little karaoke machine set up. It wasn't nothing. We were recording on a karaoke machine, bro. We were just going back and forth with the mic, just rapping. It couldn't mess up because you didn't have to do it over.
Yeah.
So yeah, we recorded a song like that, and he lived down the street from Matt Gums and Louie and them. So he was like, "Yo, they got a studio. Let's go. Let's see if we could go over there." And those were my dudes. I wasn't with them at the time. Those been my dudes from childhood.
Okay.
So we went over there, and I linked back up with them, and we recorded like 5-6 songs. I think you were there. I think you were around.
I didn't know that was the beginning, but that
was the beginning.
Were they the Horsemen already? When
they were already the Horsemen.
Okay, because that was the beginning. That's what I was singing. You know what I'm saying? I was on the track too, and then
we had a banger.
Yeah, I remember. You know,
we had a banger together.
Yeah, I remember the whole setup. I remember all that, man. You bring me real back because that was in the basement, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
We called it the stage.
What's Matt's brother's name?
Shakes.
Shake. Yeah, you remember he was just always mad energy and ready to go. Are these people you still in contact with?
Oh, absolutely. Those are I was with all of them pretty much yesterday. You know what I mean?
Are they still?
No, everybody's. I'm like the only one that's still pursuing anything.
That's deep.
It is. It's life's hard, bro. It's not easy. It's not for everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It takes a lot. It takes a lot to really commit to it.
So now my question from the transition from the Horsemen, was that a mutual separation? Was that, we're not getting to the next level? Business is business at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
It was business at that time.
And that's when you got on with what's the name of that group? What's the name of
Route One Records.
Route One Records, and we don't even have to get into none of that because I know that was a lot of craziness going on.
We can talk about it. At this point, it doesn't matter.
Because to me right there, I was proud, bro. To stardom time, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna put some money behind them. They're about to push them to the next level because of the comedy shows was popping, and then you know what I'm saying. Bruce, you know what I'm saying. I know these people
personally,
you know what I'm saying. I know they do these things, they do these events and stuff like that. So I said, oh, this is good. This is real good for Krills. And then what happened?
That was a record deal. I had a record deal there, which was crazy. I actually had to get a lawyer, but in all reality, it wasn't a good contract at all. Like they really didn't provide much for me. They wanted me to put a lot of legwork in, and they were just kind of reaping the benefits of it because I was carrying the brand. You understand what I'm saying? What was that?
I said it was worse than a 360 deal.
Yeah, because it wasn't even no money being generated. It was me spending money, and honestly, it just wasn't a good deal. I learned a lot from them. I learned a lot about the industry.
I was gonna say your maturity level, and this just me being 100% real. Your maturity level when you actually start, the Bobby Krills name, and then you started flowing. I'm like, yo, you're growing, bro. Like lyrically, to me, you're a beast. I love your rhymes, but you grew a lot, bro. Like, and you didn't let a lot of people stop you because just to hear that you're one of the only people in Four Horsemen that still do music, and that's no disrespect to none of them because everybody worked very hard. Y'all worked hard, but to see that you're still going at it, how hard is it right now that we're in the pandemic right now dealing with music? How hard is it, to be focused when you can't even go outside? You got to wear a mask, and you got a family, and you work as an essential worker because you're a manager at your job.
To be honest with you, I think this was the perfect time for content creators.
Nice.
I think that anybody that does content for a living, if this is what you do or this you create, bro, the internet was made for this. This is our time to shine because if you look at all the things that are going on right now on Instagram, they got the versus battles. People are staying in. They want to see shit. They don't have nothing else to do. So this is your time to put your stuff. And I love it. So I'm constantly doing things online just to put my face out. It doesn't even have to be rap related. Sometimes I'll just go on a Facebook Live and I'll just talk about, 50 Cent versus T.I. and I'll go in for an hour and we'll just talk about it and people join in. But it's just all it is just me putting the face out there. It has nothing to do with anything. It's just people are bored right now.
Okay. So here's my question.
Yeah.
All right. So before the pandemic, me and you was online. We was going at it. We're not gonna say rappers' names and all that stuff and all that Amboy beef, Amboy this, Amboy that, all that stuff.
Yeah.
How do you think that I think right now in the pandemic, if that would have happened, we would still been talking about it, fighting and arguing online. But I think it would have been dope to actually have what I have now, because I have a platform where I can put two artists head to head and be the mediator. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I think right now would have been a great time for us to be arguing the Amboy and put the mic with the mouth.
It depends on which artist you're talking about, because a lot of people come from my head.
Well,
I'll
be honest with you. I mean, to me, it was a good battle between all y'all. I mean, to be honest with you, to me, a lot of people don't like Millbone because it's old school. But if you understand, people.
You talking about the old one? You're talking about some shit from 2000.
Yeah, I'm talking about when you Millbone.
I just had a war in February, bro.
Woohoo!
A bunch of other cats. I had to crush them. But anyways,
I'm talking about the
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
But what I'm saying is so right now would have been a better platform. But the problem I have with people right now is they judge rappers upon their current styles. Like, if you're not current right now, you know what I'm saying, you're not hot. Like, to me, Millbone's dope because I listen to his lyrics and I break down his words, his metaphors and stuff like that, and I understand. You know where we come from. We come from Amboy, where I used to look up to personal friends metaphor. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, you grew up with our tribe, bro. That's one
of my favorite rappers in the world, him and Waze. Waze the H.I. A lot of people don't understand his lyrics. I mean, said, I'm going to burn this track like Southern Comfort. When I heard that, I'm like, ugh. Like, but they rhyme different, and we're older, you know what I'm saying? So now, how do you feel like, because you're not young, but you're not old. So me and you are right there at the end of millennials where we're either one or the other. How do you feel right now with the trap music? And because I don't like it. I'm in Atlanta. I hate trap music. I'm dying.
I embrace it.
No, there's a difference between embracing and loving. I can't love it. I do embrace it because I live here and a lot of music is good, but I like music, the lyric. I like what you be spitting. I like when y'all take samples and go over it, and you know what I'm saying, and spit them rhymes and lyrics and stories. Where's that gone? Why are we on trap music talking about ODs? And is that just the times we're in right now? And do you feel like music does change with the times?
I think it has a lot to do with the times and the technology that's available to these kids. These kids are growing up fast, man. They're growing up fast. They're idolizing things that we didn't have to idolize. We didn't have these images in front of us when we were growing up. You know, my son was 7 years old, 6 years old, and he was looking at pictures of XXX got shot, and he's laying in his car. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
But that's accessible to these kids, and they see these things, and these are people that they idolize because they're constantly in their faces because of these platforms now. So it's different. If we had these platforms, it's very possible we could have went down the same route, but we didn't. We didn't have these platforms. We had more of the go out and see, find what you like. You know what I mean? These kids, they're being force fed. They're being force fed.
Bro. Like, listen, man. Like, people don't understand. Like, I try to tell people, like, I'm from Perth Amboy, where it's not a hood and it's not the suburbs. We're in the middle. I call it a barrio. Like, it's a Spanish village. Like, it's black and Spanish and white. It's every black person knows Spanish in Amboy. That's just a fact. You know what I'm saying? But we used to jump on our bikes and go to a place called the Gullies, where right now you wouldn't even be caught dead alone in that moment. But we used to chill and run through tunnels that we didn't realize how dangerous these tunnels were. Like, how if they flushed that joint, we died. Like, we were just, you know, kids who explored and experienced. My kids, they sit here on the iPad all day. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because if you do it for good, like my son does coding, he has ASD, and my younger son, he's a beast in Minecraft. But it's just the fact that they're not experiencing what we experience life. So you think that's going to suck away some of the street smarts from them?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. But then again, what it's doing is it's taking people off the streets too. So the streets, you know, there's still going to be crime. There's still going to be crazy shit going on. But I feel like it could minimize it. You know what I mean? It's fast. It's happening quick. You have kids. I bet you're having conversations with your kid at the ages they're at now. You're like, damn, I didn't think I was going to have this conversation yet. You know what I mean? That happens to me all the time. Huh?
I do have a 16-year-old.
Yeah, I know. But I bet you'd be like, when he was 10, you'd be like, I didn't think I was going to have this conversation yet.
When he was 11 years old, I think we had a conversation about him smoking weed. And, you know what I mean? And he didn't smoke. He just asked about it. His mom caught a drift on the speakerphone, and she flipped. And he recently told me that, you know what I'm saying, that he has dibbled and dabbled, and he's 16 years old. So I'm like, I know I was burning with Freddie and Gary and them when I was like 12.
16 years old, we was in the streets.
So I can't be mad at him, but I just told him to be safe and be careful. And if he was with me, I would rather him be around me doing these things because that's how my mom was. But to get back on track, what we was talking about. So the transition from Rule One, right? Rule One is now you say, you know what? Forget about all this. Forget about this deal. You got a bad taste in my mouth. Let me go indie. So March 5th. Tell me about that. Tell me who's behind it, who you with, who's involved, and I also want to know what what's his name has to do with film. What's his name?
Henry.
Henry. What's his collaboration? Because I have been seeing you, Marcus, and Henry doing a lot together. The music video was fire, dog. Like fire.
Yeah.
I was very
well. The transition from Rule 1 to March 5th was about a 4-year transition.
Woo.
I wasn't doing shit after Rule 1. I was so exhausted. I was so tired. It affected my life so much and my family and everything like that I didn't know if this is what I wanted to do, but I knew that when I wasn't doing it, I wasn't in a good place. You know what I mean? So when I started Instagram again, I had recreated another Instagram page. I started over from scratch. I said, I'm going to do this the right way. I'm going to really try to grow organically. And I just started putting out freestyles just to put content out there.
Yep.
Just to keep pumping shit in your face and let people know this is what I do. I'm good at this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was doing it on a weekly basis. And, I drew the attention of Marcus, like I said. And he said, let's move.
Let's move. You were rhyming over the samples, right?
Yeah, I would rhyme over industry beats. I pick up classics and just...
It was hard.
I do what I do. That's fun flex.
And I really encourage my fans and my guests watching the show, my people's watching the show, to definitely check out Bobby's, Instagram and Facebook. There's a lot of dope freestyles on there. There's a lot of dope content. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely not going to let you down. I definitely don't play lightly. I'm not a yes man. You guys know that. You know what I'm saying? We're definitely not yes men. We're from up north, and it's really hard to live and survive out there. So we definitely don't yes man. I can name you 5 rappers from Manboy offhand that suck. We're not gonna go there, but I'm just saying though, he's not on that list. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
But
I've solidified my name in this town, I guess you could say.
So now you and Marcus have a label now, and you guys pushing out merch. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk music. What's new? What's going on? Do you have any projects? What's dropping? Talk to me.
Yeah, when we first started the label, it's funny when he came to the table with the idea, I had already had an album written.
Ooh.
I had it written. I just didn't go to the studio. I didn't do nothing. I had the beats. I had everything. So my producer, which is my brother-in-law, which God bless me for that, is Nemesis. Yeah, and he's different. He's different.
But believe me, he is different. You listen to one of the beats, you like, damn, this shit hard, and then he throws something at you like, yo, that's some R&B type, and then he throws some. You're like, yo, yeah, he's a beast.
So we had the album, but the thing is, when we had the album, it was all samples. He was sampling heavy at the time. So we got into the record label, and the first single that we dropped was How Real. How Real's a sample.
Okay.
So we learned about clearing samples.
Is it easy?
We had to clear that sample.
Is it easy?
It's not easy. Clearing samples is very difficult. Very expensive.
Okay. So that's something that, on my show, and just, to give you a gist of what we do here, In the Know with Joe, is the reason why I started the show is because I want to know, they got to know, and I want people to know, such as, people like us to know, what the process is in this industry, because it's not easy. People think you're rich and you got chains and you got money that you sleep. No, there is no sleep. There's literally 24 hours, interviews, shows, appearances, clothing. Another company wants to meet with you, a sponsor here and there. I mean, tell the people, like, even just being signed to a regular label, like right now, being independent, how much more harder you got to go than being signed to a record label? If you was on a label,
you got to do all the work. You got to do all the work. I was literally on the phone calling, like, all right, so for example, the song How Real, it's a sample from a group called Good Good Not Bad. They're from Canada. Independent band. They're from Canada, they're independent. Very small file. They're not huge, but they're an official band. They're really signed. They have a little fan base. So I had to me personally, I'm the rapper. I had to call their record label. I ran around for a month and a half. They weren't responding to me. I had to get a lawyer. Had to put a lawyer on retainer for $1,700
Ouch.
just to work to get the sample clearance. So he contacted their legal advisors, got them to start talking to us about how much it'll cost us to sample this track. So that's $1,700 right there.
Oh,
We went just before we even agreed to anything. We had to pay another $1,700 to get another retainer because it ran through that.
Whoa.
Yeah. So was that 20?
That's
17. That's a lot of chicken. Whatever.
Like
30 something maybe.
Yeah, 30 something. Yeah, it's almost $4,000.
Yeah. So whatever.
That's
so
wild. That's
after we get
to them, just so we can bring the conversation up.
just to talk.
Yeah.
And then once they came to us with what they wanted for the sample, and mind you, this is a band that's not big. You've never even heard of them. They wanted 5 racks.
Wow.
Plus publishing.
Wow.
Plus part of publishing.
So not only did they want money so they can clear the sample, they want to be on it as, yo, this is my song anyway. This is still my beat, and he's going to borrow it. And I still got money from him, and I still want credit.
Exactly. So we had to take it. But you figure that's almost $8,000 just on being able to put the song out.
Wow.
Not marketing, not video, not just putting the song out into the world without getting in trouble. So we realized at that point that we're not going to do that for the entire album.
That'd be crazy.
That's insane. So we had to recreate every beat originally. Production, keyboards, drums, people coming in to play. So we were bringing in musicians to the studio sessions. And they were playing instruments. And they were doing all this stuff to recreate these beats for us. And it was a process, bro. So the album was written, but the creation of the album was it was a hard time. But eventually we got it done. So that's what we're going to be releasing July 31st.
July 31st. And the name of the song is?
The name of the album is called Full Circle.
So the whole album's dropping. Did you
The whole album.
Are you doing the single, or are you just going straight to the?
To be honest with you, after watching people release music lately, how people really don't push the single. They kind of let the fans pick which one they like.
I love it.
And I have ideas on which songs I like the most, but I got to see where it goes. You know what I mean? I want to see where it goes, because right now I'm not in a position to dump thousands and thousands of dollars like I was before. Okay. So I got to just see where it goes organically, and then pick and choose my battles at that point. You know what I mean?
Important question I have for you right now is, because we are in the middle of a pandemic, you're dropping an album. Did you have to change your strategy? You know, strategically, you can't just be like, yo, I'm about to go do mad shows, because some places are just not open and you can't just perform everywhere. So what's the strategy now? Like, what's the marketing strategy? What are you guys thinking about?
It's crazy, because as far as like physical places, I don't really have a plan for that, because there is no plan for that. We're in a pandemic. Yesterday I went out. Last night I went out. After work I went out and I went to this spot, and I ended up booking that spot. They ended up asking me to host, and then they turned that into my album release party.
Oh, nice.
So now I got this beautiful venue, bro. Outdoors, socially distancing each other, hookah, the whole 9 yards. And I'm doing my party there. So
and now if you need a live stream, we got you over here, bro. Just need the camera.
That's what I'm talking about.
Nothing.
So I got blessed, and all it took was me just, if I could get out into the world, things are gonna start happening faster. But
is that where I seen you last night with Mark Nitty?
I can still connect on the internet.
Okay.
And shout out to Mark Nitty, man. That's my guy, bro. Yeah, I love that dude, bro.
Listen, let me tell you about Mark Nitty, man. Let me tell you about this grind, bro. This dude is amazing. I used to be a assistant store manager at Zales in Woodbridge Center Mall, and man, when I tell you this dude used to be at the mall grinding hard for Club Abyss and Hunker Bunker and all those spots and promoting hard, bro. Like, he's still in the game. To see him last time, like, bro, first of all, he don't look like he's an hour older.
He hasn't aged at all.
At all, bro. Like, this guy.
He hasn't aged at all, bro.
And he's real humble. Like, he always shows love, bro. Like, that dude is, so definitely a shout out to Mark Nitty. Definitely shout out to DJ Neff to
DJ Iscus.
And I know him I know
Yeah.
him. Like me and him have a way different relationship.
He,
Infamous, my
did,
bad.
he,
Yeah,
did, he just texted me. He said, "Come over. I got some cigars in McCallahan."
that's hey, and that's another dude that I respect because, he changed. The reason why I respect you guys so much is because you take a problem and instead of making, what I'm saying, a problem, you guys make it into, what they say, you turn lemons into lemonade.
Yeah,
Because,
we make opportunities out of it.
yeah, because he was like, yo, I'm not doing this club to club DJ now. Now my man's doing weddings and he's eating and he's booked. And people are like, yo, why would I be in a club anymore, bro? Like, I'm
Yeah.
eating.
He did my wedding. I flew his ass out, him and his wife to DR. Like, you coming? I got you. You know what I mean?
And so, so I respect, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm going to get him eventually on, you know what I'm saying? Because I want to help promote these people's grinds, man. And that's why I big you guys up all the time is because I'm like, yo, y'all doing it. And it's not easy in Jersey. It's easy in Atlanta. Cheap. But in Jersey, it's expensive.
Jersey's a bitch, man.
So, all
Jersey's
right. So you don't even have in your mind yet what shows you're doing or where you're going or whatever. So did you have any plans on doing anything remotely virtual or anything? Like a virtual show or anything like they do on Fortnite and stuff like that now?
I would probably put something together. I'll probably put something together. I really just got to see where it goes. I want to see the first week. I really want to see how many spins I get, how many playlists are going to accept it. There's a lot of things in line because I want to see how my fan base alone, without me pushing, how much they take. And then once I see that, I can grow off of those numbers. I can look at those numbers. They like this song the most. So now let me push this song into these playlists, see if I can get some curators to blast this, get them spins up.
Yes.
And it's a lot of data that I got to look at. But the good thing is I have the data. You know what I mean?
Are all your songs, what do you call it? What do you call it when you get royalties back?
Copywritten and stuff like that, or what do you mean?
Not that. When they say it's a couple of different companies and they certify your music where nobody can steal your shit pretty much.
I'm on ASCAP. Yeah, I'm registered with ASCAP.
There you go.
Yeah.
All songs registered. That's what I was getting to.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That stuff. It's tedious. It's tedious, bro.
It's important though. It's
tedious.
Yeah,
it's not easy for a lot of these rappers. Their IQ is not even up there to go on the computer and type in and understand what an ISC code is or any. They don't know. They don't know what this stuff is, and that's the sad part. Is because people out here really running around chasing dreams, but not doing the real stuff that they have to do.
Yes, that's very important. You have the studio, you can have the setup and everything, you can have all the equipment, but if you don't know what to do with it, then what's the point?
Yeah, they're wasting a lot of time, bro. And I wish I could help everybody, but sometimes people's egos get involved, and I don't want. I'm tired, bro. I'm ready. Like you said, I'm not old, but I'm not a spring chicken either.
Exactly.
I don't got time for this shit. I don't got time for your egos. I'm here to help you. You feel me?
Okay.
If you take what I say and run with it, you'll probably be alright. You know what I mean? Because I've fucked up so much. You know what I mean? I've made so many mistakes. I've failed so many times that I've learned lessons, bro. I've learned some really powerful lessons from this grind, bro. Really powerful.
I'm gonna ask you a real touchy question. Do you still collaborate with Amboy artists, or do you see yourself going outside of the Amboy realm?
I love Amboy artists. Right now, I'm showing a lot of love to Amboy artists. I did a track with Milkbone the other day, and Natureborn, which was,
bro. I did.
Yeah.
Bro, I got a dope. I wish he still has it too. I did a hook for Nature, man. That's my guy right there. That's
I did a track with him. Shout out to Cyrus. Shout out to Street Riot. Shout out. I show love, bro. Like I got a music show that I do where I play all the local and I go on live and I'm showing love, bro, because that shit just reciprocates. That's the law of reciprocity. You got to give love to get love, bro.
That's right.
And there's certain cats in town that don't rock with me, and I'm not gonna rock with them. It is what it is. But the cats that don't have a problem with me, I'm gonna show y'all love. I'm gonna encourage y'all to keep doing this because it's not the talent. The talent is not the issue. It's the knowledge. It's the guidance.
And just like you said, like you can't go out there with a big heart and say I got a big heart and give and expect. You're supposed to go out there with no expectations because you get a lot more back. Like you have no expectations. Are you still there with Monster Music or not?
Who? Monstar?
Yeah.
Me and him don't get along, bro. that guy gets me exhausted just thinking about it, bro. Like, he's so hard headed. You know, we had our beefs and shit like that. We've had some serious issues, you know. But at this point in my life, he still throws jabs at me. I catch them all the time. You know what I mean? But I can't even entertain this shit anymore, bro. I don't have it, bro. I don't have it.
So
he looks like
for it's going from the rap battling, I'm gonna tell you who's best and who's not, to straight, yo, let me create my music. Let me show you what my craft is really about. Let me show you how I'm an entrepreneur and businessman and what I could do with a label, right? Because it's a big difference.
Exactly.
Are you the only artist on your label?
As of right now, yeah. We were working on Sarai. She's a singer.
Okay.
But, you know, the pandemic slowed a lot of stuff down anyway. So it's at this point, we're just trying to get our feet back under us and see where it goes from here, because I took a couple months. You know, this shit was real. This quarantine was real, bro.
Oh, this is real, man. Like,
it real like shit.
I'm gonna tell you how real it is, man. My wife just had surgery a few days ago.
I saw that. How's she doing?
She's doing good. They couldn't remove it because it's an older one, but it is. She is on blood thinner, so she got 9 days. We're gonna go through that process because she's strong. But I couldn't even go to the hospital with her. Couldn't go to surgery with her. Had to drop a bag off in the waiting room. Like, jeez. My cousin passed away. We can't even have a funeral for my cousin in Amboy in Jersey. You know what I'm saying? We're waiting until after the pandemic to have a celebration of life. Like, this is real, people. This is real as hell. You know what I'm saying?
This shit is.
It's real.
Personally, it's been one hell of a ride for me. 2020, I'll tell you that. You know, but I'm keeping my head up.
Not getting too personal, and I want to know why you, because you mentioned it 3 times already. Is it the pandemic that made it a rough year for you? Is it like stopping you from reaching out to a lot of things you want to do when it comes to your business and stuff? Like,
it's more personal. It's more like my life. Yeah, it's more like the pandemic definitely contributes to the hardships of the year, but the year just started off rough. I had some issues with my mother starting in January, bro, and it just continuously flowed, you know. But I think we're finally at the point of the year where I think we peaked already with all the bad shit that could possibly happen. I think it's all downhill from here.
Hey,
I think, huh? Yeah, my uncle. Yeah, my uncle now, the beautiful baby niece. You know what I mean? Baby Callie.
Hey, that's my girl Shayna, bro. Like,
yeah, who would have thought that one, right?
You telling him, like, I ain't gonna say nicknames, but I know them. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the few people who know y'all real nicknames, but we ain't know them. But yo, real quick before because we only got like 10 more minutes, but talk to me about the gaming, man. To me, let me just tell you that watching the transition from MC to the way you interact with people on your gaming is amazing, bro. Like, it's anybody can't just get on Twitch with a green screen behind you and interact with the people while you're actually playing. That's actually multitasking. And you're also, you know, you really answer back. When I talk shit to you on there, you answer back like, all right, Joe, download it right now. Don't get your ass handed to you. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, where did the gaming come from? I mean, we've been playing games since we were young, but what made you take it serious? Because gaming, what you're doing right now is not regular gaming. You're a gamer. You're taking this shit serious.
Yeah, I've, like you said, I've been playing video games my whole life, bro. We grew up on video games.
Yeah.
Something that I still do religiously. Like, I find time to play video games. And I got into it once I started seeing like that industry open up, that whole esports, gaming, streaming, all that. When I saw that was a thing and people are monetizing this shit,
yep.
I said, yo, I gotta get in because I know it's the future. I know it is. You can't tell me that it's not. You know what I mean? I seen a 16-year-old kid win $3 million playing Fortnite.
Fortnite, son.
Come on, bro. Like, I need a piece of that pie, bro, because if you get in early, yeah, I need a piece of that pie. And trust me, I'm not making a shitload of money on it, but that's some pocket change for me. You know what I mean?
So you are actually profiting off games?
Yes, I am. It took me, I was on Twitch for a while. I was on Twitch for 2 years. I never became a on Twitch. I was grinding. This shit was so become a partner on Twitch. And then I learned about Facebook gaming.
Tell me about Facebook, because
Facebook gaming is the best shit ever, bro.
I'm hearing this now, bro. I hear a lot of gamers are switching over from Twitch to Facebook and becoming partners.
Bro, Facebook gaming it was the easiest transition, bro. I went to Facebook gaming within 2 weeks. I was an affiliate. I was a partner.
My feed when I'm going through my Facebook feed and I see like Fortnite, I see somebody on PUBG, they're live streaming. That's what you're talking about?
Mm-hmm. It's the same thing as Twitch. It's the same thing as Mixer. So except their criteria to become a paid partner is a lot easier to achieve than it is on Twitch. So, and on top of that, I have a lot of friends on Facebook. Like, so I have a shitload of people that fuck with me. So I'm like, this is easy. I just got to tell them to follow that, and I'm good. And they do it off the strength because of my relationships with them. But Twitch is not like that.
So
I tell people about Twitch, huh?
So you have a criteria. You have to keep a certain follow.
Yeah, you have to be. It's so simple. You need 100 page followers on your gaming page.
That's
easy. You need to stream 14 hours within 14 days, or 15 hours within 14 days. Easy. And you have to just make sure your content is, friendly. It's not nothing crazy. The thing that separates me,
your hour and days, but you picking your plays on, like, literally, like, that's easy.
Yeah. So the thing that separates me, the reason why I'm growing so fast on Facebook gaming, is because I play music.
Yes.
Facebook's very corny. Facebook's corny. They don't let people play like Drake and Jay-Z. They'll be like, nah, we gotta block his shit. We're gonna stop it because copyrights.
Yeah.
What I do is I take all the local artists from my area, I take all their music, and I play it on my stream. Those things are not registered.
Pause. Do you see what kind of platform you created, bro?
Exactly.
But you also exposing local people's music, unsigned artists.
Exactly.
Like,
yes.
Your own podcast.
Yes. That's what I do. So I tell all local artists, if you got local artists in Atlanta, they want to send me their music. I will play that shit happily. And you'd be surprised how many of my followers be like, yo, who's this? Who's that? And then I tag them in it. They start talking. Now you got a fan. Now you got somebody who's going to go on Spotify. Now you got somebody who's going to subscribe to your YouTube channel.
That's where you get your blessing.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So I do. And all I'm doing is showing love. I'm not asking for anything in return. I don't want shit. Just give me your music. I'm going to play it. That's it. That's all to it.
What do you rank in Madden right now?
Right now, I was in the top 30%, but that's because I stopped playing. Stopped playing for a while. Last month was rough. But I wouldn't go by that. The highest I've ever been, 245.
And how many?
In the world.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
That's deep. Oh, so
I'm really good at Madden. Really,
I don't have a chance. Even if I got the Cowboys or whatever, I don't have no chance.
I play with the worst team in the game, the Lions, and I be flooding cats, bro.
I'll be watching you though.
I lose. Don't get me wrong. I lose, bro. I don't always win, but
you think LeBron wins every game? Nah, son. He has a hard season.
But I'm really good at the game. I understand the game a lot. I've been playing that game since I was, fucking 10 years old. And every year it got better. But this year I took it to a whole nother level. This year I start competing in tournaments. I do tournaments. So I'm playing against the top tier competition. So I'm learning from these guys. These guys are now part of my network. I have pros, like Madden pros, the guys that you see on ESPN. I know these guys. So, I run a whole community of Madden people. It's called Everything. I have a page.
Tournaments?
What happened?
Do you ever plan on creating your own tournaments?
I do eventually. I have a group called Everything Madden on Facebook. If anybody that's listening, likes Madden, they can join that group. And I have pros in there. I have developers from the game. I have developers from EA in my group. You know what I mean? And I talk to these people. So
you're gonna do that because the reason why I'm saying is because it's inevitable. That's your platform. Run with that. If you need our help over here at TOD Digital Media and Javis Production, that's easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's to do gaming. Gaming's huge right now. It's a really, really big industry. I think it's a $110 billion industry right now.
And it's in its baby phase right now. It's still a baby.
The first 10 years. Right here, if you come to Atlanta and you go to the Beltline, right at the beginning of the Beltline where Croc Street is at, it's Croc Street Market. There's a building there, bro. When I tell you this building is huge and it's all computers and gaming. There's podcast sections. There's all that stuff, and they do. It's dope. And I was walking by because I used to work for Lyft, the little bird scooters, and I used to ride by them. Like, yo, I looked in there one day. I stopped. I was like, yo, this is the gaming realm right here on the low. And some, these kids, young kids, bro, getting bread. You can see it in their clothes. They eating.
There's a big Madden tournament in the beginning of the year, every Madden year in September in Atlanta, which I might be going to this year. So if I go, we're definitely linking up.
If you come, we're gonna do a mini docu-series, and we're gonna follow you around because I think that's dope.
You guys are enjoy. It's a whole nother world. I want to bring my son because my son's a game. I'm encouraging my son to get into gaming.
That's dope. That's dope.
So and I encourage that.
My oldest son, he won Fortnite tournament recently. My 16-year-old, he's really, really, really good. Like, and he won it was like $150 or something like that. But just to win $1,
that doesn't matter. Yeah, he won something.
Yeah, man. So, all right. So, before we get off and we wind down, a couple questions I have for you is: where do we see you going with gaming? What's next for March 5th music? What's next for Bobby Krills, man? Oh, and real quick, where did the name Bobby Krills come from?
Bobby Krills. A lot of people ask me that. You know, growing up, I sold a little bit of drugs, but I wasn't good at it. You know what I mean? I wasn't like a kingpin. I definitely blew my re-up. I definitely blew my re-up.
My dimes was fat.
My dimes was fat too. You had Joey Bag of Donuts. Yeah, I remember that. I sold drugs for a little bit. You know, I sold a little bit of coke, a little bit of weed. But I don't think it's more pertaining to that. I think it's more just product of the environment. You know what I mean? You know how we grew up. You know, my family's addicted. You know what I mean? Bobby Krills is just a name. You know, and it represents my upbringing. You feel me?
Yeah.
If there is a good way to put that, you know what I mean?
There isn't, but it's our growth, and that's important to understand where our growth comes from. We can't hide from where we came from. We can only change. We can't only change it. So where do we see March 5th music?
March 5th music, we're gonna grow. We're gonna take it one day at a time because that's all we can do at this point. It's not like we're Puff Daddy, you know what I mean? and Jay-Z. But we're growing. We're growing. You know, we're putting out content, and just got to keep putting out content and stay consistent, and see where the road takes us. You know what I mean?
And how about the game?
The gaming, I love it. I hope it gets to the point where I'm making an extra $2,000, $3,000 a month. You know what I mean? And maybe I can quit my job or something.
Hey,
that'll be awesome. You know what I mean? If I can get to the point where I'm making $5K a month, $6K a month, I'll quit my job.
Love, then the money don't even matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I would happily do that. You mean to tell me I could wake up every day, play Madden for 10 hours and not hear shit?
And burn
nobody talking shit?
And burn
you know what I mean?
Chill. Yeah. Because you can't do it with work now, so.
I can't. I would love that. That's the dream because I enjoy it so much. It wouldn't be work.
Nice. And then Bobby Krills himself, where do we see Bobby Krills in the next year?
Personally, I'm gonna be owning some real estate within the next year. Be my first house.
I'm doing what your sister doing. I'm you know NJ Sammy.
Yeah. Sam's a beast.
You know that's my guy. You know, check our podcast.
Oh, you talking about Sam Sells?
Sam Mena.
Okay, yeah. Sam, I know Sam. Yeah.
He's a beast in the real estate game. Rewa now. He's actually NJ Real Estate.
He's
getting his national licensing, and he's gonna actually help me get my license in Atlanta because Georgia is born right now. Because I want to own a house with Tyler Renton.
Yeah, I want to buy within the next year, and then just take it from there. Just continue to grow my wealth. Make sure my kids got some shit when I'm dead. You know what I mean? And
nice.
Personally, that's the goal.
Listen, man. Well, what I usually do on my show at the end with my guests is I tell them to, leave my people with, encouraging words, a quote, anything. For you, it could be a flow, anything. But give the people something they can remember Bobby Krills by before you get on my next show.
You get what you give, man. You want to receive love, you got to give love. Law of reciprocity. Don't expect love if you ain't giving it.
That's deep.
Put it out into the world. Put it out into the world, and the world will return it. You might not see it from the people you want to see it from, but trust me, strangers are just as good as your family. Sometimes.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And I get so much love from strangers, people that I don't know, that they just inspire people. Just inspire people, put out good energy, and show love, bro. It doesn't cost much. It doesn't cost shit to show love.
When you came to Georgia, you came straight to my crib, so you're not lying about that 100%, bro.
Knocking on my door.
Gave you a big ass hug. For real, bro. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you being on my show. I appreciate you guys tuning into In the Know with Joe. I'm over here talking like we were having a regular conversation. Was ready to talk for hours. But you guys can catch us on the East Street Live Podcast Network. This is a J-Vids production. You know my boy behind the cameras, TOV Digital Media. He is the wizard behind the curtain. You already know. This is my boy Bobby Krills. Make sure you follow his IG. Bobby, tell them where they can follow you real quick.
You guys can follow me on every single social media platform. Just search Bobby Krills, BOBBYCRILLZ. That's it. Pretty simple. You know what I mean? There's no underscores and nothing. Just Bobby Krills. Just search it and on everything. Follow me on YouTube, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Discord, WhatsApp, whatever you want. I'm on everything, bro. So
and likewise, you can follow it's your boy JVIZ_shots with a Z at the end. Holla at me. Bobby, I appreciate you. Love you, my brother.
You already know, bro.
And I'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.